and who we're going to have agreements with.
Basically, yes.
I was wondering why you chose to live in Essassani, and if you could tell us about some of your past lives.
It is very much fun. One of my past lives is the physical channel before you now. And the reason I chose that, the only life I've ever had on your planet, was to do the facilitations we are doing now. So I would have a model of an understanding of your society through the experience of my past life upon your world. Otherwise, you would be far too alien for me to understand. And I would have no way of relating to you in the way that I am. Other past lives have been on Essassani. Other lives have been on other civilizations, other worlds, some of which you may call serious, and other connections. The ones on Essassani are not unlike what you would call your historic panorama of lives in ancient times, and so on and so forth, with different degrees of levels of technology and society, and so on. You understand? Mm-hmm. Is there something specific you wish to know, other than the fact that where I am now is obviously where I choose to be, so I can be of service in the way I am being of service, because that's what I want to do.
I'm interested in how life differs on Essassani to here. Do you have families the same way that we do?
Not exactly, no. To us, the idea is that every single member of our society is, quote-unquote, not in the same way you mean it, married to every other member of our society. We are one family. And in a sense, we consider you to be a part of our family as well, even though some of you may not. The idea simply is that we do not recognize the same degree of separations. We are telepathic in that way, and the children are the children of all, the adults are the parents of all, even though the children recognize what you would call their biological parents, and vice versa. But anywhere the child winds up, they are with the parent they need to be with to learn the things they need to learn to be who they chose to be in our society, to be of service in the way they chose to be of service. That is how our family operates. In absolute trust, in absolute spontaneity, in absolute joy. Understand?
Yes, it's kind of what we've termed a communal utopia here that we've tried to achieve in certain areas.
It is what you are transforming into. But it is not what you would colloquially call a naive state of existence, as some individuals have termed your so-called utopia. It is simply absolute trust, and in absolute trust, it is absolute workability. Because everyone knows that everyone is there to be of service, and therefore all have what they really need. Because all are willing to supply what everyone else needs, and in turn they are supported by the whole. That is what your society is transforming into to some degree, and that is why your vibration is now enough like our vibration to allow us to be able to interact with you and reflect these things to you. If you were not close to that vibration, we could not interact with you in the way we are interacting with you now. Understand?
Yes, I do.
Does that serve you?
It does. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Shooting.
Hello, Bashar.
Hello.
My father asked me to read a book called Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and it's a story that it's information that they've just found that could possibly be a connection between Jesus and Mary Magdalene, in that they were married and had children.
Not in the sense that you understand it, not in our perception, not that way, no.
Okay, and so they did not have children, and they are not culminating their line in Pierre Plantard in France, then?
Not directly as you understand it, no.
Okay.
Not literally. There is some symbology to this that in your terms is true, but not literally in that sense.
All right.
It is a part of the overall play that is still going on. And what you call Magdalene is one of the aspects of Christ consciousness, as was what you call Mary, which was actually, in your terms, a manifestation of the Christ consciousness, the feminine aspect of the Christ consciousness that gave birth to itself as a male.
And was she actually a woman that lived and was?
Both Mary, yes, both Marys.
Both. Okay. And this book talks about Pierre Plantard being the king who will come again in terms of governing but not ruling.
Understand that the Christ consciousness will not manifest in a singular individual. The second coming in any form is the awakening of the Christ consciousness, the collective identity within all of you.
And how does that
all of
pertain
you.
To the harmonic convergence?
That is the idea that allows you to recognize the overlap of the old cycle and the new cycle. It is the ability to be in the limbo state, to choose which realities you prefer to harmonically align with upon your planet, to allow your reality to become that which you prefer it to be in peace, light, love, and harmony. And the idea is symbolic of the turning point, the fulcrum point, in which you are all beginning to wake up as aspects of the Christ consciousness, which is the combined consciousness of all of you. Understand? Different individuals will feel it in different ways, and some that are simply used to talking in colloquial terms, in colloquial symbology, may feel that they need to be special about it when they feel that awakening within themselves, and sometimes the ego structure can still get in the way, not even consciously. But the idea simply is that there is no need to interpret it in the old symbology. It is not a manifestation in a single individual. It is the manifestation and the awakening within all of you. Understand?
Yes.
Does that serve you?
Yes.
And?
The reason why he asked me to read it was he lives in Jordan.
Okay.
And there's, as you know, a lot of upheaval in that area. And the book very much pertains to the problems in Jerusalem and between the Arabics and the Jews.
There is going to be a high concentration of transformation in that area in approximately, as we read your energy now, your year 1997. And after that point, there will be much what you would call confusion for a few years until it is recognized that the idea of the things that are going on and the interactions that are going on there now are representative, each and every one equally, of different aspects of the Christ consciousness, and no one of them is more correct than another.
So in other words, if we live together as you do where you are, then we have then reached that, if we can finally live together in a whole.
It is a simple thing to do when you understand that there is no one way that is more correct than any other way. They are all manifestations of the one idea. And if there were only one way, there would only be one person, one point of view. Understand?
Yes. They seem to do that in Africa then, in the
some, not
tribes,
all, some.
Some of the communal tribes.
Yes,
okay.
some.
Thanks very much.
Well, thank you very much. Happy blending. Shooting.
Hi, Bashar.
Hi.
It's wonderful to be here again.
Oh, thank you.
I was given 4 pages of automatic writing.
All right.
And
how does it feel to you?
Feels very familiar.
All right.
And it looks...
Is it something you might have written yourself?
Possibly.
All right.
I would like to have it translated and where it comes from and what exactly it says.
Maybe. Is this from within either 3 of your weeks or 3 of your months ago?
3 weeks.
All right. In your present location or from another location upon your planet?
Santa Barbara. Actually, Oxnard, excuse me.
To some degree, for now, will you be willing to accept that it is association-oriented instead of being more specific?
Yes, very much so.
Do you understand that it is, to some degree, formulas of vibratory relationship?
Mm-hmm.
One moment. All right. Here is the key. Allow yourself to scan, and in scanning, line up and intersect the lines in any way, shape, or form you feel is correct. You will find overlapping patterns within the lines that will begin to make more sense as geometric information. Mm-hmm. This geometric information represents tonalities, light and sound, that can be used to align you very strongly with some of your ancient and future selves, to allow you to truly be the center that you can be within yourself and learn to express a continuous flow of that energy. Line them up, play with them, pattern them, see which rows feel correct next to each other,
All right.
and see which symbols seem to repeat themselves in certain geometric patterns. You will feel it out. It is a little bit of a game and a little bit of a puzzle for you, but not something you will not enjoy. And all of a sudden, a pattern will hit you. It will emerge.